Welcome to Stunthangar. We are running a little bit with a limp leg. I don't have access to Stunthangar forum, and so I was unable to post a link. So I was able to contact some people to let them know that I will send them an email with the link. And so Sparky's aware of it. He's working on it. I'm hoping he'll be able to resolve it, and then we will have the full complement of in our gallery. So anyways, let me just start off with myself. I went out flying today. I actually flew 6 flights, but 2 of them with my Skyray 35, and then the other 4 with my stunt ship, my SV11. And the SV11 is coming along. I'm actually finding little wrinkles here to make it just a tiny bit better. I mean, we're talking about just little improvements, you know. And but it was a pretty good day. I had 2 of my flying buddies with me. I had Joe Mata, who doesn't come in very often, and then Carl Reed, who comes in here. So no crashes today.
Good.
Overcast, comfortable weather. I mean, God, we had it made in the shade, literally.
When is your next contest? Do you have a contest before?
Well, there are some contests, but I'm gonna go to the Las Vegas Stunt Challenge in Las Vegas. That's the first week in November.
Right.
And speaking of that, if you're listening, Ruben, can I need to email Steven with the link. So anybody watching this live, I can't remember everyone's name, and I don't have everyone's email, and so that's kind of a challenge. I need to fix that, though. I need to get everyone's email in the future, so that in the event this happens, I can just do a blast, and we all can come in and do it like clockwork. But we'll do what we gotta do.
Absolutely.
So Mark, what are you doing over at Bob Hunt's house? I imagine you're working on an airplane. I imagine.
Now, actually, Bob and I are doing something quite interesting. He wanted to know how to convert electric to glow.
That's funny.
So I drove up here just to do that for him.
I finally realized it was futile, so you know.
Actually, we spent I don't know, an hour or 2 getting certificates ready and stuff, raffle ready for the contest tomorrow. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I spent the last 2 days with Tom Huff trying to get his Geeski Nobler back flying again after he crashed it. I fixed the nose and we got it all working, and then he decided he wants to fly his SV11 instead. So,
well, the SV11 is a pretty good flying plane.
Yeah, he flies it very well. So we went out today. Rick Huff and Sarah Marie and Tom and I went out together. Actually, I call him Mott. Mott, MG, because I'm dyslexic. and he's dyslexic too, so he calls me Bob.
Well, it's better than Boo.
That's true.
I got the perfect dyslexic name.
You do. So,
very, very good.
We had a nice afternoon flying our twins, you know, and really had a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet.
It was very windy, but we had a good time.
So now in the wind, how windy was it?
17-mile-an-hour gusts.
Wow. Oh, that's
well, it was actually, the forecast was winds from 3 to 5 miles an hour with occasional gusts of 90, but it ended up being, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some wind.
Yeah.
We're gonna have wind tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, when you're at a contest and it's windy, what kind of trim adjustments do you make to your plane, if any?
I drink a lot of coffee.
I don't think that's what he was looking for.
I don't really make any adjustments to the airplane anymore in the wind. I just fly them.
Oh, that's cool. Is that kind of indicative of a well-trimmed plane? I mean, when you got it trimmed, it doesn't matter if it's windy or not, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know, the twins are a different animal completely, by virtue of the fact that you have 2 motors, spinning props, you know, counter-rotating. And none of that spiral airflow is going around the fuselage, hitting the vertical fin. So you don't have any weather vaning effects at all. It's like jet flight. So, and you got 20 inches of disc span, so you have plenty of pull through the wind and everything. So they're really fun to fly. Now they pull a little bit, but nothing, inordinate. It's a little bit more pull.
I like twins. I would love to have a twin. Unfortunately, I was flying a glow twin, twin Pathfinder. It was Dave Sabon's plane actually, and he gave it to me, but he gave it to me minus the engines. And so I remember the first time I flew it, I was enamored with the prop blast over the wing, how the plane feels.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling. It's definitely, I think it's better than a single engine plane.
and when you can go with electric where you can counter rotate the props, it gets even better.
I only can imagine. I'm hoping I have a friend, Bob. His name is Bob Brooks, not the Bob Brooks on eBay, but he's here in San Diego, and he has a twin Pathfinder electric. I think the only problem with it is probably the battery selection, or there's something wrong with it. Something that could be better, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that he's not flying anymore, so I'm hoping I can maybe get a chance to borrow that plane or fly it. I'd like to see how it feels.
The one I flew at the National, the twin rotor one, the Turning Point twin. It was brand new at the Nationals, and it was okay. I did okay, and I took it to a contest 2 weeks ago up in Massachusetts, and Rick Huff has got a lot of twin time, and he told me, he said, "Have you thought about moving the lead outs forward?" And I said, "Well, we're not that far back." He says, "Yeah," but I said, "Move them really far forward, and then increase the speed of the inboard motor." And I did that on the Turning Point, and it turned into a different airplane. I mean, it was just amazingly good airplane. So
Wow.
The other one I had, the Wildfire, just didn't seem to pan out as well. And I came back home from Massachusetts, and I did the exact same trim changes to that airplane, and now it's better than the other one. And that's
Wow.
what I'm flying tomorrow.
Well, if I get a chance to fly that twin electric, I will do that. Let's move lead out
Move the lead
forward.
outs forward and increase the speed of the inboard motor versus the outboard motor.
Yeah, I need to write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah. Only maybe 50 RPM, maybe even 60 RPM more. And that'll keeps your tension, but the lead outs forward makes it fly clean. So it's not very tangent to the circle. It's right, it doesn't yaw, it just flies very clean.
Just 1 second here.
Seems like a twin is perfect for electric.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You can dial it in exactly what you want.
Mhm.
When you set up your nacelles, do you put out thrust on the motors?
A little bit. I
A little
put a
bit.
little offset in the motors, not a whole lot, because you can vary the RPM of the motor. So you can actually
That's true.
you can adjust the yaw of the airplane with the inboard motor running slightly faster than the outboard motor,
Yeah.
which is a trim adjustment we've never had before.
Yeah, that is so neat. That is a
Yeah.
neat idea. That's yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Joe Gilbert. Fantastic.
The glow guy.
The glow guy. Charles, the glow guy.
I fly them both. Hey, Joe, thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Good afternoon. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So
It's
we was
good
just
thing for us
talking.
out here.
We was just talking about twins. Have you flown any twins before, Joe?
Yes. Yes, I have. Not really good stuntman, but I've flown twins. Frank McMillan's got a really, really good one
Mhm.
that I'd like to bring home.
Mhm.
Bob knows all about it.
Oh, yeah. Cut the wing and tail for that airplane and made the nacelles. And the fuselage crunch.
He got second at Dallas last weekend with that behind
know.
Doug. Hood. Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, I flew a twin several years ago, and I loved it, but I couldn't get good motor runs. And that's the reason why Dave Sabon gave me the plane, because I think he told me he tried some Herculean amount of motors. I mean, 5 or 6 different pairs, and just never could get a motor run. I mean, I got one good flight, out of I don't know how many attempts. Just very frustrating. And I understood why he gave it to me. I don't know what the problem was.
Vibration, vibration. It's always vibration.
That's I think that's what it was. I think the outboard motor would just get really rich for some reason.
What's vibration? What's vibration?
Electric guys don't know what vibration is.
The
Google.
electric twins are the cat's meow, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
got 2 of them flying now. Robbie's got one just about ready to fly. I got 3 more on the board.
Very
Good
good.
show. Mark, did you fly your P-47
No, I haven't, Joe.
tomorrow?
But well, I'm judging and supposed to be windy. I couldn't bring it. I had so much stuff to bring.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And he almost didn't get here because it's what was the electronic module of some sort?
Yeah, my ignition module in the car is on the fritz.
Oh,
So
man.
hopefully I'll be at the contest tomorrow, or I'll be sitting at Bob's house all day.
He'll take you.
Yeah. Can borrow Robbie's car.
Hey, Joe, how's your practicing coming?
Good. I flew 3 times this week.
Wow.
Blew a coupler today. It's amazing. On the K-77, the coupler blew out the bottom, split that big in it. And it sounded goofy and it ran a little lean, but it still came off and on like it should. It just, there's things I don't understand about some of that stuff. I've heard people say if you got a tiny leak, they'll run. The coupler's blowed out and it's still coming off and on during the maneuvers.
Wow.
But it was lean all the time. I think it's lean because it can't get that charge back in there that's already in the pipe. So it goes lean a little.
Very good. Let me catch up on the chat box. There's not very many out there, but Gary Sinclair, who is a member of our YouTube channel, he provides us with a like, and he's the monitor. He has a blue wrench, so be careful. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights says, hey. And I just want to let you guys know out there in the audience, we have 13 listeners right now, and I'm unable to get to Stunthangar Forum. There's something wrong with the connection. So I usually post a link there. I do have some of your emails. I did send an email out to about 10, 15 people. So check your email and you'll find the link there. If you happen to be tuning in, that's how to get into the show. And if I don't have your email address, if you happen to have my cell phone number, you can call me and send me your email address, and then I'll send you the link. But that's about the best we can do. So this might be a short show tonight, but we'll see. We're gonna see what we can do. Maybe Sparky can fix it. I'm checking the Hangout from time to time, see if I can get in. And last time I checked, I couldn't get in. So
Wouldn't just now.
you couldn't either? You just tried?
Just now tried.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's the problem. If you're wondering what's going on, and hopefully you had the idea to check us out on YouTube, and probably should post that. But anyhow, we're just gonna hang out and have some fun. So,
Well, we're not going to hang out for very long because we've got to hit the sack. It's already 10 o'clock here. We got to be up at about 5 o'clock. So
no problem. I really appreciate you coming in, Bob and Mark and Joe.
Hey, it's our pleasure.
Yeah, so I'm just glad you guys used the first ones in and helped me. Now Mark Gerber's in here, so that's great.
Right.
Mark, you got the email, obviously, right?
Stunthangar down.
Yeah, Stunthangar's down, so I couldn't post a link there.
Yeah,
So-
I tried to get on Stunthangar, like nothing happened. I figured that's why you sent the link out.
Yeah, but I didn't have everyone's email, unfortunately. And it's kind of hard for me to catch up. I discovered the Stunthangar issue, 15 minutes prior to coming on. Did not have a whole lot of time to make adjustments. So, but
Well,
anyway,
the good guys are all here. So
yeah, exactly. So tell me about yourself. You been doing any flying? I know last time you showed your SV11, you had some trim coming off and caused some turbulence or caused some issue, and you fixed that.
Yeah, I flew it, I guess, twice this week. I was out this morning and it's flying well. I'm happy with it.
Very good. I flew mine today. I put up 4
Ooh.
flights on my SV11, and it was really good. So
So
it's
I'm gonna go to the King Orange
oh, good for you.
in mid-October.
Good deal.
My son lives in Florida,
So does mine.
so we're gonna go down there to visit the grandkids for a couple of weeks, and I conveniently scheduled it while the King Orange is being held.
Yeah, smart man.
What are the dates of that?
It's like right in the middle of the month, like the weekend of the 15th or something. I got
It's the 7th, the weekend of Dream Tiles is the 7th, and it's the next weekend. So whatever that might be, 12th and 13th, thereabouts.
yeah, here it is.
Then the next weekend's Baton Rouge,
Yeah, here's the
Baton Rouge.
Let me make it big here. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's the 14th and 15th, Saturday and Sunday. Friday, the 13th is a practice day.
Make
Yeah,
it big
yeah,
here.
read
1
it.
second, Mark. I was just remembering people I can email, and I just thought, oh, cool, big King Orange. All right.
Anyway, that's and Will Davis said he would bring me an electric SV11
Oh, really? Oh, that'd
to
be nice.
fly. So I'm flying my Glow SV11, and that'll give me a nice chance to see what an electric plane does compared to a Glow engine.
Yeah, that'd be nice to have the same basically plane that you're used to flying, so that when you go to the contest, you'll be pretty acclimated to how the plane flies, minus the difference between the electric and the Glow.
I'm sure it'll have a lot of differences to the handle setting and all these other things, balance and so forth. But
My recommendation is take your own handle.
Great idea.
yeah, I'm going to
Take
take my
your-
handle and lines along. Will said I should bring them along if I want to, so I will.
Great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. So you haven't been flying your Bear, huh?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of repair work on it right now. I skinned the chin on it at the fly-in we had here a couple of weeks ago, so I fixed that. And
Now this is Sparky. Hang on 1 second, you guys. Carry on. Let me hey, Sparky.
Mark, have you heard any more about the Worlds? No more news?
Not until about 4 or 5 weeks.
Still yet to go.
That's when they meet. The FAI has approved the application. So all we're waiting for now, or waiting
1st
for
of
now,
November.
yeah, is the AMA to approve the dates.
Okay. Cool. I'm going. Whether I make the team or not, I want to go.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody ought to go see that.
Absolutely. No, been there, done that.
In our backyard this time, man. Lots of folks have never seen it, can't have the opportunity to travel far, far away.
It's been fun going around the world flying airplanes in different countries.
There's challenges on that for sure.
Oh my gosh, and there are challenges. There's also some dangers.
Correct.
We ran into some dangers in 1980.
The Cold War.
Yeah. We got arrested for espionage
I remember you talking about
at
that.
gunpoint.
Jake Moon's building a KA-10, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Some Russian guy won.
The Kalashnikov's airplane.
Yeah, one in 86 maybe or 87, I don't know. Somewhere around those years. He's building one. I'm going to take him a Super Tiger 60. I said, that's a lot of motor for that airplane, boy.
I flew against that airplane, Kalashnikov, in that blue KA-10. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It doesn't look like that big an airplane that it needs a Tiger 60, but it probably does.
It's 650 squares.
Yeah.
Essentially, you know. His handle is painted and finished every bit as good as his airplane, and he has this little cradle he puts the handle on so it won't get scratched. And he actually puts it in a little cradle, a little wheeled cradle,
To protect the handle.
protect his handle from getting scratched.
Don't the Chinese have a whole crew and one of the guys' jobs
No,
is to have
yes,
carry the
for sure.
handle?
Carry the handle.
for sure. When I saw the Chinese, the pilot never touched the airplane or the handle till it was presented to him in the circle.
Mhm.
Wow.
A different world.
I've had a
Different-
similar experience, Joe.
Huh?
I've had a similar experience. I got into the circle, picked up my handle, someone came out and took it.
Don't mess this up. Me have that, boy. Oh, that's terrible.
Just go back to Pampa. All right.
It's all good. It's all good.
It is good. Joe, how far are you from Houston?
7.5 hours.
That's a pretty good drive.
Yeah. I'd like to go to Vegas almost, but Vegas is 1,200 miles.
Ooh,
It's too far for a 3-day weekend. You know, it's
yeah, it is.
overnight to get there and overnight to get home, and too far. But
Hey guys,
Vegas,
Sparky is getting ready to come in. He has a little announcement. Hey Ed, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, what a heck of a time this has been.
Yes,
Never mind,
yes.
Mark.
Yeah, I just got it.
Hey John. Good.
Ed, I saw that little puppy. Is that yours?
No, our breeder that is a friend of ours. That was just like ours that we had a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
What a cute little thing.
Yeah. Oh, whatever she does is amazing.
Oh,
I had a heck of a time on
That's
my one
good.
computer getting into the form. And so I went back onto Pat's computer, and the first time I couldn't get the link, did a bunch of stuff, sent you a message. I hit refresh. All of a sudden, the link was there.
yeah, I think Sparky just fixed it.
Wow.
Okay, guys, the reason that the forum was down is that our server is full, so we need to buy another disk. So I've
Oh,
moved 2.7 gig off onto my computer. So I got to figure out how, I mean, the bill's coming up for the server anyway. We got to come up with some more money so we can get a bigger drive. I mean, that's how big Stunthangar's become. When I started this, it was $6.95 a month. Now it's ridiculous. It's $300 a month, and it's going to be more.
Wow.
wow.
It's like having an apartment and not living there.
Yeah. Wow.
So we'll work it out somehow. I'll figure something out. I don't know what to do. I don't want to delete any of the information off the forum. I mean, I could just go in and flip, delete all the pictures and we'd be fine. But kind of hard to do that.
Is there some way of archiving and still be able to get to it?
Not with this software.
Okay.
Well, I figured I'd just come in and show you this airplane while we're working on that.
Great.
looks fantastic, Sparky.
Man.
Make me big, Charles. I aluminum leaf the leading edge on this side today. And I've got some turnable leaf coming, so I'll put another coat on it and I'll do them machine turns in it
Oh, neat.
and then ink line that. And it gets one more coat of clear and we're done.
Wow.
It weighs 51.5 ounces as you see it here.
Jeez. Nice job.
Yeah, really nice.
Killer weight. Tiger 60.
Yep, it's a Brian Gardner Super Tiger 60, 51.5 ounces. Should fly like my Junar, let's hope. But it's about the same wing, except for this leading edge is swept forward. It's pretty much the same wing in area. It's a little thinner in airfoil, but
You said the leading edge is swept forward?
no, the trailing edge.
Oh, you said leading edge.
My mistake. Trailing edge is swept forward. Obviously, you can see that the leading
I
edge.
was wondering, it's an optical illusion.
Yeah. But I think it's come out real nice. I mean, it
Very.
took 31 days to build.
My high school colors were orange and black, so that looks nice.
Show up good. Orange is a great color.
It covers great. I love that as far as the paint goes. It's just one coat and you're good to go.
It'll take 60 days to paint it.
90.
Hey, Sparky, what does
Yeah.
the Tiger weigh? About 12 ounces?
I think they're about 11 and a little over 11.5, somewhere in there, almost 12 ounces.
I weighed one last night, Gordon. It's 12 ounces without muffler.
I got one right here, but it's not
Oh,
a
nice.
Brian. It's not a Brian Gardner. This is
Mine
here's
was a
right here.
I'm gonna go take a
with
shot.
rings.
Hang on, I can.
I think we go to sleep.
Hmm?
I'll go to sleep.
Okay. We gotta get off here because we're going to a contest. I gotta get up at 5 a.m. It's already 10:18 here, so.
All right.
Go off.
Two.
Which one are you going to?
Thank you, Sparky. Thank you, Charles.
It's
Yeah,
12.2, but this is not an ABC liner.
Right.
Good luck, Bob.
Good luck.
Good night, Joe.
Don't fly straight down very long.
I think the ABC liner one would be lighter.
It would be a little. Got aluminum piston.
Aluminum liner.
Yeah.
No,
And
they're ABCs.
I
Brian
got,
got ABCs.
right, aluminum,
Hey,
brass, chrome.
Yep.
I got 3 of those liners coming, so I can build 3 more motors.
Hey, Charles, we got something to show you. Something for you. I can't hear you. Are you muted?
Hey, Roger.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Roger.
Oh, yeah, now I can hear it.
All right. Hey, Roger, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for showing me your P51 I've been hearing about.
I ain't seen it.
That's why he's here. You guys will love it.
Blue nose rascal.
I'm gonna turn it over to him.
All right. Thank you so much, Gordon.
Pick it up, move down.
This is Moonbeam mixed wine, modeled after the full size. Took about a month to build it. Took 6 months to paint it. Finish it.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. There you go.
Looks pretty.
It's 640 on the wing area, 24% on the tail. I forget what the
Is it a kit or scratch built?
scratch built.
Nice.
Electric.
Electric. This hatch screws on with one screw, and this one is the top hatch for the battery. Comes off with one hand. So battery is right up behind the motor firewall for the balance to come out about right. But it's got a big tail on it. It's got a Cobra 28. Is that right? 2826-10. Yeah. Gonna fly it on 5 cells, see how it goes. I have not flown it yet. Unfortunately, it weighs about 64 ounces, but 640 squares. So we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Charles, I wanted to show you this little hatch you made.
All right.
Can you see the little
Raise
block
it up. Oh,
right
yeah.
there?
No,
The little square.
it's so shiny. Oh, I see the square now. I see it.
I'll push in on that.
Oh, that is trick.
And that releases the pin.
And that pulls
Oh.
the
That is very trick.
That's trouble. What
Very
that
cool.
is.
You know, he made himself a little spring and stuff here. You know, my hinds just got the pin that sticks out. So I'm gonna make him make me one of these before I isn't that clever?
That
He's
is
shaking
pretty
his head,
clever.
Pretty
yes.
sweet.
No rest for the
Make
wicked.
1,000 of them.
He's the meanest one in town.
So Roger, how does that work? I'm not sure if I understand how it works. How's that
Flip it
work?
over.
Well,
Turn it up. There you go.
you can
You really
see
see it.
a simple pivot.
You got to get it up close and hold it really still.
Here's Mark.
You're trying to ask a old man to hold it still.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Ham.
really
Ham.
simple.
It's
Yeah,
part of a bell control horn.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Very, very
Cool.
ingenious.
Roger, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Way
He
cool.
just used Scotch tape and taped it on.
But I'm the guy that always has to clean off the sticky, you know? So I don't use Scotch tape on an airplane.
That's awesome.
So,
The sticky man.
yeah. And,
So, it's beyond beautiful. It is very, very nice.
Look
Yeah,
beautiful.
The Oklahoma to test fly it.
Okay.
it's
Are
too,
you volunteering there, Joe?
Yeah, I'll fly it.
If you're worried about the weight, just take it down to some lower altitude. You're sitting there, at, what are you at, 4,500 feet there in Salt Lake City?
Got a pilot in it?
yes.
Yep.
Well, if I can,
Come on down to Tucson, Roger. We'll fly it.
yeah, we can fly it. Can you see?
Oh, nice.
It's beautiful.
It's got, instrument,
Nice job.
What
anything,
does it weigh, Roger?
64 ounces
Thank you.
battery.
Put back up there, Roger, for a second. See that red dot behind the canopy? What's that for, y'all?
Red dot. Oh, that's the,
Don't
That's-
tell them. Let them figure it out.
I know what it
Emergency
is.
canopy, emergency canopy release.
See that red
Oh,
dot?
No,
That's
no.
90 gallons
one.
of gas, man. That's 90
Fu-
gallons of gas.
fuel
Yeah.
tank.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a grounding plug.
yeah. Grounding plug in the fuel tank cap.
The only thing wrong with Mustangs, they cost $3 million.
Well, that's about what this one cost.
I'll just run it.
Nice
Worth
job,
every
Roger.
penny.
Nice job.
very
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
Pima
Nice
Air
stuff.
Museum couldn't afford a Mustang, so they built one.
Yeah, my daughter was building a 2/3 scale Mustang. And they got the wing built and part of the fuselage and ended up moving, so they sold it. In fact, they sold it twice. You had to put a deposit down and no deposit return if you don't finish buying it. And the guy put a deposit down and changed his mind.
Is-
Deposit, and then they ended up selling it a second time.
I got to work on full-size Mustang over in England when I lived there, helping out the fighter collection. What an airplane.
Man. The engines are just beautiful inside, y'all. It's not a 327 Chevy.
You say it's a Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
Sounded like a Mustang.
It's beautiful inside. The cams, the rods, it's just all beautiful.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I like your hat, John Miller. It looks very dapper on you.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah,
John the-
very
John
nice.
the
I like
Ripper
it
hat.
much.
I've decided, I bought this to wear playing at some of the gigs that I go to.
Yeah.
And I like it so much, I'll probably wear it flying airplanes too.
That's
Very
awesome.
good. Yeah. Well, Joe Gillett has his nice Federas.
Yeah, and I got a really nice feather here on the side.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, this
nice.
side.
Cool.
Here it is. See, so it's got flying.
I'm sorry, make it big here. Just 1 second. So much excitement tonight. I'm gotta get with it. Very
There we
nice.
go.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Very cool.
It came from Canada, Len.
Right.
Handmade.
I'll see if I can get one.
Handmade.
I should see if I can.
Handmade north of Alberta.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Look at one.
Very nice. I
Very
need
nice.
one like that for
Really
the team
sharp.
trials in 2 weeks.
Ah, well, I'll try to send you the company's name, man.
That would be cool. Probably won't get one in 2 weeks, but it's a very cool hat, John.
I got this in 2 weeks. from
Mad
Canada.
Hatter. Go to
Nice.
madhatters.com. They got lots of hats.
Yeah, yeah.
Madhatter.com. I'll check that out.
Very cool.
Thanks, Joe.
No worries.
Let me catch up on the chat box. The T-Bone 1260, Tom Luciano, aka Tom Luciano. He said, like provided. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. And Jonathan Caradas, he's a member of our YouTube channel. He says, hi, you guys. Watching while working. Will come in the front door soon. Thank you, Jonathan. And then Philip Bailey said, like provided. Hey, Phil, the link is working. Jonathan, the link is working. T-Bone, the link is working. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. I don't know if we have registered, but it's working. So you can come on in.
Stunthanger, go to Stunthanger at the bench.
Hey,
Yeah.
Spark, you want to let them know where, if they want to contribute to the new server, where they can contribute, so it helps you immediately.
Yeah, don't, if you want to help the server, not super chat, go to the forum and hit the, the 23 badge up there. I'll change the badge out in a month or so. And if you remind me, I'll make sure you get a 24 badge. But, where it says donate here or whatever, that's where we're gonna have to go. I don't know what I've got a escalated ticket in now for a larger disc, and we'll see. It takes up to 72 hours. So hopefully I don't get a DDoS attack again, or somebody tries to upload a huge picture. Because we only got 2.4 gig.
Oof. Wow.
That's how much the information's on the server. Our server size is a terabyte. And we're down to 2.4 gig.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
It started out $6.95 a month, unlimited. Even my on my C panel, it says unlimited. But unlimited doesn't really mean unlimited. I don't know, I have to figure that out.
Means unlimited price.
Yeah, unlimited. Yeah, keep paying. We'll just unlimited.
Right. Well, I haven't seen Al in a while. What you been up to, Al? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just jumped in here. Just was working on the we're having a big contest. I guess I just missed Bob. He checked out Northeast Regionals. So we set up the circles today, and we got them all ready. And to our surprise, when guys were saying, let's set up the circle tomorrow morning. So now let's get it out of the way. Let's do it tonight. So as soon as we got done doing it, these two guys show up, and it turns out these guys the guys that have the tracers. So it's a good thing we had the circles all set up already. So they're setting up the tracers to trace the models.
Oh, nice.
So, and a surprising thing they told us when, because they mark out the whole circle, they check it all out. And he said, there's only an 8-inch elevation differential from, 160 feet.
And they're nice guys.
That level.
They're Bosnian or something, Ukrainian or something.
What's that?
They're Bosnian or Ukrainian, or I think they're Bosnian.
I really don't know. I just met them.
They're nice guys. Real nice guys.
It was Jerry and Andre.
Yeah. One's older than the other by a bunch.
Brother.
I asked him, is this your father? No.
Yeah, so I was surprised, they came up and they start setting it up, but The grass is cut perfect. It's like like a fairway in a golf course. You know,
Yeah.
Jim Vergani had the maintenance crew down there, and everything's all set up, ready to go. And we had guys out today practicing at our home field circles. So, well, you guys should be in Jersey now. You shouldn't be where you're at.
Yeah, that would be nice.
This is script.
You know,
Maybe these guys ever got one.
It'd take you a fast jet, Charles, to get there by morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, that's not happening. Unfortunately, wish I could do it. Unfortunately, I can't.
Our contest is
well,
tomorrow.
actually, the weather report for Sunday is like perfect. Only like 4 or 5 mile an hour winds, like mid 70s. So Sunday's going to be a really nice day. Today and tomorrow, we're feeling the effects of Lee a little bit. Today, this morning, it was quite gusty, but it settled down around 12 o'clock. And we just had like straight, like 8 to 10 mile an hour winds. But more of the same tomorrow, you know, like 8 to 10. But Sunday's going to be really, really nice.
Great.
Yep.
So what events are you going to be competing in?
Me?
Yeah.
Classic profile and I guess either stunt, whatever, Pampa stunt.
What planes are you going to be using?
A P40 profile, Gieske Nobler, and a Vector.
Oh, nice.
And so.
Well, good luck. Hope you do well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, it's just it's a good time, and all the guys are out, so it's I enjoy being around all the guys. I don't have to do well, it's I sort of got the bottom last place sort of locked in, compared to everybody else. Doesn't matter what I fly.
All about having fun, Al. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Having fun, man. We got to continue to have
That's
fun.
it.
Yeah, it took me 6 months to get that Tiger 46 to run halfway decent. So I'm flying that tomorrow.
Great. That's the one you were having
What'd
trouble
you
mounting
find
on
wrong
the
with the
side,
Tiger?
right?
I missed what's that?
What did
Go
you
ahead.
find wrong with your Tiger? They run pretty easy.
I don't know. It was it's on a profile, so a lot of tank issues with vibration. Basically, I had to really isolate the tank really, really good. At first, I had a plastic tank on there, and it would run like a deeper 4-stroke, and then it would break. It would run slower lap times, but when you go into maneuvers, you would get a better boost, like when you go in maneuvers. So it ran good locally here, but then when I went to Brodak, it was a complete disaster.
Are you running pressure?
And then, so I changed the tank to a metal tank, and now it runs more even. The difference between a 4-stroke and a 2-stroke isn't that drastic anymore.
Are you
So-
running pressure?
No pressure.
Run it
Uniflow.
on pressure. I run all my Tigers on pressure.
Oh, really? Yeah. Muffler
Yeah,
pressure?
Yep.
I run
Okay.
all mine on pressure.
Okay. No, I'm running on Uniflow, so I'll
Yeah.
try it, but
I run a plastic
like
tank
you.
with Uniflow pressure.
it runs, let me see. It runs a little lean to rich. It richens it up like sort of halfway through the bat.
Put it on pressure.
Yeah.
Try it on pressure. I
How far
agree
back
with
is your
Sparky.
Uniflow tube?
Go. Say that again.
How far back is your Uniflow tube?
And the tank? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, from the pickup.
It's, I didn't make the tank, so I don't know. the guy that made the tank usually he knows what he's doing, so it's
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know.
muffler pressure will probably help it.
Oh yeah,
Be more consistent.
actually, you know, Doug Benedetti made the tank, so and it worked for him on other stuff, but I don't know. I just had to isolate the tank, you know, really, really good from the fuselage and from the
Yeah.
bolt, you know, because it was weird. It started up and it's revving like crazy, and you know, bubbles, you know, going through the fuel line and all kinds of stuff.
Armor all, Al.
Drop of
Oh
armor.
yeah. I mean, I didn't. I know about it, but I stopped using it. I heard, you know. Oh yeah, so that you think that'll help some?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you pull that syringe and it foams, it's going to
Yeah.
cause grip profile 99% of the time.
Okay.
If that fuel's in there making foam,
Yeah.
man, Kate for the door on how good a suction you get.
Mm-hmm.
You only need about 2 or 3 drops per gallon.
Right.
Yeah. 5, yeah. If it kills the plug in 100 flights, I'd rather have 100 good flights than 2 good ones.
Good point.
Well, that's one thing I didn't try. I'm using, you know, GMA 1022. So, but it was just that engine was kicking my butt. And then,
Profile.
Synthetic in that?
and it's a GMA modified Tiger 46.
No, the fuel. Are you running synthetic oil in it?
Oh, I'm running it straight out of the gallon. It has
Half
you
and
know,
half,
it's a caster and synthetic mix.
Tigers, you want to run, I'd run straight caster.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
On stock Tiger.
Yeah, just as a note to that, I've been running my Tiger 46 on my old timer. I've been running 10, 11, and 11, so half synthetic. And I noticed the compression and power started to go away. I was having to lean the engine out. Well, it's taken all the seal out of the engine. It's still an old technology motor. So I'm going back to straight caster.
Yeah.
That's a lot of oil, 22% on a Tiger. I run 20, 10.
Well, we're out here in the desert, so it's hot.
Yeah.
Hot and dry.
Are they ringed engines?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. This one has a Dykes ring in it. It was modified when I bought it, but that's all it's been done. And it runs really well. I've been running the thing for over 20 years, but I just noticed when I started running the synthetic in it that I was having to lean it out more and not getting the mileage out of it. So I got some different fuel, and we're going to start running regular caster.
Well, I did the prop. Right now, I got it running pretty good, and the prop that worked with the other tank, it was a 12.5 APC. Doesn't seem to work that well with the new tank, but now the best prop is a Master Air Screw 11.6 3-blade.
11.6 EW rev up.
Yeah, well, that's
Unobtainium.
yeah.
I got 4 of them.
Yeah.
They work good.
Let me give Lynn Burrell a chance. I'm a little bit out of order, but hey, Lynn, thanks for coming in. What you been up to, Lynn?
Lots of flying.
Oh, that's
Flying
right. Getting
myself
ready for
silly.
getting ready for the team trials. Yeah.
You betcha. 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks tomorrow. Well, actually 2 weeks today. Everything gets started in Winnipeg. So yeah, I'm excited.
And this is your Shark.
Airplanes flying good.
The
Yeah.
Shark is the one you're going to go with?
Airplanes flying good. I'm still having a little bit of a problem with fuel amounts and trying to get my stay under 7 minutes and not run out of fuel in the Clover and stuff like that. But I think I've kind of got a handle on it. If I reduce my nitro just a little bit, it'll get me a little more fuel mileage and I should feel a little safer. Right now I'm getting about 5 or 6 laps after the pattern, and I'm not comfortable with it because it's kind of burping and sputtering a little bit going through the clover. But I
put
need
a
just a
longer
little
piece
more
of-
mileage.
Put a longer piece of fuel line in it. That's what I did. That's what I did at the Nationals. I ran out of fuel. So I just put a foot long piece of fuel line in it, and I had the extra capacity.
You could put a piece of pantyhose over the Venturi.
You can
That'll
also,
work too. That's a good idea. Al.
That
Yeah,
works.
both
that works
ideas are good.
you can also put a
Yeah, I
couple
can
of
do that.
tablespoons of white gas in the fuel.
No, don't do that, John.
Yeah.
Lynn, are you running 5 laps after takeoff before the wing over? You can do 5 laps after takeoff for the wing over, and 1.5
Okay.
laps before you go from the hourglass to the overhead.
Yes, to the overheads. Yes, in FAI you can do that. That's true.
That'll save you a half a lap for sure.
Yeah, that'll
and
get me a little bit
Don't
more.
be taxing it when it's running. Get
See,
it
I
running
already
out,
made a bit.
set it up,
Yeah.
hit the prop and run to the handle.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
run
see,
it
I
ahead of
already
time.
built a bit. See, I was running a 5.5 ounce tank and I've already built a bigger tank. I really don't have room for anything bigger than what I've got in it. So this is it. Like I've got to figure out some way, and not to mention I'm getting close on time and I don't want to keep running downstairs and pulling everything apart and building more tanks.
I
I'm
just
gonna
had that
reduce the
similar,
nitro a little tomorrow.
And
I
I'm gonna
had a similar problem with my Tiger because it is a 5 ounce tank and I was running like, right below 6 minutes. And I had one piece of pantyhose on it already. I put another one in and I picked up like another, 15 minutes.
Mhm.
So I'm running 2 pieces of pantyhose over to Venturi.
Perfect. I'm gonna try that tomorrow. That's a real
That's
easy
it's an
fix,
easy
that
thing
one.
to try, yeah.
The real
Three-
deal.
I tried 3 at first and it just killed the engine too much. But, 2 works.
That's a
And
good
1 works.
idea. And it keeps the dirt out too, so it's all good.
Lynn, if you could go to say 10% nitro and 1010 oil over 1022, that'll get you more mileage too.
Yeah,
Cut
right.
back
Yeah.
That's what
oil
I'm
to
running now. That's what I'm
20,
running now. I'm running 10% nitro and 1111 fuel.
No,
go
run 10-10.
1010. You
Oh,
gain
1010. Okay.
you gain
Okay,
mileage.
1010. All right. Yeah.
Well,
7.5 nitro if you need to. It's going to be cool up there probably when you're flying, so you're not going to need nitro real bad.
I don't like running.
No, so I'm gonna what I was gonna do is break my fuel down and run 5 or 7.5% nitro, and I should be fine.
Make a difference. That'd make a difference.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
that PA will run.
Like
on
I say, I only need a few laps. Like I'm there. I can do the pattern. It's just that it starts burping and farting in the clover, and I don't like that.
Can you prop the tank any over in the fuselage?
Pardon?
Probably could. No,
can't-
actually I can't. I can't do that because I just put a bigger tank in already. I put a wider tank in. I'm maxed out on side to side.
But that helps too if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Put
say, I
the
can't do
pantyhose
that
over
now.
there and I bet you're good.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the pantyhose and reduce the nitro, and I'm sure I'll be better than good.
Oh.
I'll
You'll be-
be,
you'll
then
be
I'll
go-
have to be careful I don't overrun.
Yeah, right. You call it, next week
All
you'll
good.
say, I overran.
No, don't say that. I don't want to ever say that. That's a bad word around here today. Naomi's
know,
out there
like-
timing flight after flight after flight, and I'm saying, "Oh, what's the time? What's the time? What's the time?"
Lynn, when you finish your flight, fly at 5 feet and whip that airplane. If you'll whip them, it makes them go rich and run out of gas quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you
Yeah,
finish
after the pattern.
fly
yeah.
level 5 feet and whip it. Like
Okay.
Al does it when he's racing. Whip it.
I
It'll
can do
make it
that.
run
Not a problem.
faster.
No, that's a good idea. Thanks, Joe.
If you're ever in doubt, whip it.
All right.
That just
When
makes
in
the
fear
plane
and-
go faster and you're doing more laps. Doesn't make you.
I think it makes it run, Richard. You can
Yeah.
argue if you want, but unloading the engine where it runs more RPM, so it's burning more gas. Any way you want to call that.
Great. I'm sure I'll have it sorted out before the end of this week. I have a contest next weekend, and then 2 days later we leave for the trials.
Cool.
Wow.
Sounds
I'm
good.
excited. Should be fun.
Well, I tell you what,
Good luck.
his crazy idea there works. I used it on my 25 on the Ringmaster. If it works on a Ringmaster with a 25, it'll work on your big plane.
What's that?
Pull it, doing what he's telling you, run it down low and whip it and make
Yeah,
the
okay.
darn
All right.
thing
Yeah.
run faster.
Yeah, there's
It
been a whole
sounds to
bunch
me
of
like that-
ideas here.
I kept
Okay.
thinking if it runs faster, it's got to be running leaner. It's going to run longer, but no, do it his way because he knows what he's talking about. Joe's a little wild and crazy, but he's a pretty smart guy.
That's why we love him so much.
Yeah.
I like
That's right.
Joe line
Thanks,
better.
Joe.
No worries.
Thanks,
I'll
Al.
We'll
That's
see you in
awesome.
Muncie. We're gonna see you in Muncie.
Well, we're hoping to be there anyway, even for the Nats or whatever. Who knows? You know, I mean, we're
Lord
gonna have
willing.
fun either way.
Lord willing, I'm going just to see everybody.
That's
You
it.
betcha.
That's what I went for this year. It's what I'll probably
So
do
it's
next
like I
year.
say, it's fun to be in the competition, but if we're just there to hang out and talk and have a good time, that's okay too.
Take a little abuse.
That's right. Take a little abuse.
Be somebody's.
Be somebody's target. That's right.
Cody, while they're for him, you know.
That's all right. This year I've got to do what Al's doing. I've been targeting for last place. I've got close a few times.
Al's just talking. He's better.
I
than
work
that.
hard at it. I work hard at it.
Al, you have as much fun at the contest as anybody I've seen.
Oh,
I had to shut the phone off, hoping the earplugs were going to work, and they didn't. They're not. But anyway, somebody was trying to mention to you to put the oil in the fuel. I forgot what you call it. Drawing a blank. Getting old's hard, man. I'm telling you. But anyway, the additive in the gas, the stuff you
Oh,
put
the
on your
Armor All.
dashboard. Armor
Yeah.
All. Put 2 to 3 drops of Armor All per gallon of fuel. Take
Okay.
a gallon of fuel and just shake it up and look at the
Okay.
foam that's on top. It's like a beer. Put 3 drops of Armor All in, shake it up, and there's nothing. And a lot of times what's happening with your motor when it acts dumb like that, it's foaming the fuel in the tank,
Okay.
and that'll stop it. So try it and see.
Yeah.
I can't remember who first told me that, whether it was Tom Dixon or Tom Looper or
Marvin Denny. I can tell you told me.
I got a call.
Hey guys, hang on 1 second. Let me catch up with Ed before he has to go, but he has a fun fly tomorrow morning. Hey Ed, I want to make sure you have a chance to say something you want to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, it's an early wake up. We've got a pretty big fun fly, which is our fall event. And so it's an early wake up for me, but I do want the guys to know that Mark Radcliffe, myself, and Paul Kobe were also flying control line.
All right.
At this event. So it's mainly RC, but we're going to be putting on some control line for the guys.
Good.
Awesome.
And so anyway, good luck to everybody, and hopefully see you guys on Monday.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in,
that was
Ed.
great.
You're welcome.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend, Ed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell Mark I said hi.
Cheers.
And let me catch up on the chat box. Bill Bomer says, "Hi, Charles. Light given, still in Reno tonight at the races. P51 overload here." And then Philip Bailey says, "Hat looks very good, John." And then Philip Bailey says, "Be in soon." Excuse me. Then Terry Mitchell says, "Like sent and great to see everyone." And Terry Forbes says, "Speaking of the P51, the air races that are going on now, unfortunately, the last time from Reno, for your information." And he goes, "I've got a letter of authorization in the Mustang, Terry and the Pirates." Thank you, Terry. And then Brent Williams says, "Howdy, guys. Charging batteries and getting ready for our control line demo flight at the RC Club field in the morning. Should be fun." And I asked Terry Forbes earlier, what is LOA? And he explained to me this letter of authority, FAA P51 rating. And thank you, Terry. And then Terry Mitchell says, "I run 5% nitro and 20% caster with no muffler pressure, and all of my Super Tigers with no problems."
Good.
Tom Ramble says like provided. And Stephen Smith says, whip it good. And Stephen Smith says Broken Arrow contest in St. Louis this weekend. We'll have a great time. And then Mark Lumen, he's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, Mark, for your support. Really appreciate it. He says, got you liked in St. Louis, couple flights this afternoon. Very good. And then Edward Karloff said like sent, and we're all caught up. Thank you very much.
Well, I made a phone call, a lifeline. I got the armor roll coming tomorrow.
You got who coming tomorrow?
I said I got the armor roll coming tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Good
Very
deal.
good. Yeah, try it. I used to use
Try
it
it,
all
you'll
the
like
time.
it.
And
I
someone
didn't
talked
believe
me
it
out of
either.
it.
Try
I
it,
told
you'll
you that
like it.
it's an abrasive. It's not good for the motor. That's what I was told. So I stopped using it.
You pull a syringe full and you see it foam and then get that armor on 5 drops and shake the heck and pull it. It'll just barely have bubbles in there. And
Right.
it's hard on the plugs, but look, I don't like last place.
Yes, that's right.
I've never noticed
I
any
hear
difference
ya.
as far as plugs or anything else, but it sure does stop all that bubbling and foaming crap.
Well,
Great
all that-
idea. That's a
All
great
that buzzing at the end of the flight where the motor, all that crap. It just stops all that.
I'll find out as soon as I start it because sort of
You'll
like,
know.
like it wants to run away a little bit at idle. When it comes, then it takes off and hits the air. It settles down.
And let me welcome Gary Sinclair. Gary, did you come in through the email or through the link?
Through the link. I was about trying to go through the email.
All right, cool. Well,
The
thank
link
you for
come in
coming in.
and saved me.
Thank you. I
It's a
appreciate it.
challenge of getting in tonight, but we got here.
And let me see here. And Philip Bailey, thank you for coming in, Philip. Appreciate it. And
Yes,
Bart
sir.
Kaplensky, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And Jonathan Karatis,
You took
coming in. What'd you say?
It only took a half hour. I kept getting YouTube and I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, the link, the server was full, so that's why Stunthangar was down. I couldn't post the link, but I sent those who I had their email. I sent them.
I came in through Stunthangar.
Yeah, it was fixed by then, but prior to that, it wasn't working.
Okay.
So I emailed some people that I had their email addresses. As a matter of fact, if you want to, in the chat box, our chat, if you would put your email, if you want, in case we have something like this happen again, that way I can reach you and that way I can get you in, because I still can get to YouTube. I just couldn't get into Stunthangar.
20% caster. Ooh.
And Jonathan Karatis, you've been getting a little bit more brave. You've been flying a little bit more. What you been up to?
Tomorrow, hopefully. But I was amused with the talk about armor all. I think I'll put some in my orange juice because I run on pressure. I run on pressure. Too much exhaust pressure.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, too much foaming.
That is too funny, Jonathan. But have you ever heard about putting armor all in your fuel before? That's the first time you've heard that.
I've heard of it, yeah, but never tried it. But I started making the Hurricane.
Oh,
and,
great!
Very good.
Wow, that's awesome.
I laminated the tail, 2 layers of, I think the front's about 5 mil and about 2 or 3 mil. I can't remember now what I used, but I used medium, a bit of medium and some soft, and I thought, oh, yeah, it'll turn out okay. Well, it was as heavy as the Bismarck, so I thought, oh, bugger this. So I started filling it full of holes, and boy, is the weight peeling off.
How much does that weigh?
Well, last night I put it on the scales. It was 50 something grams. So by the time I've finished, it'll be down to about, hopefully when it's finished, I think Sparky said the other day his tail plane would be about 3 ounces. I'm hoping this will be under that, or 3 ounces when it's covered. So that's what I'm aiming towards anyway. So it's still hell, but yeah.
Is that with the horn and the hinges?
Yeah, the hinges are in there. The horn Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be 3 ounces with all the wire and everything in, and the horn.
Anything you can get under 3 ounces is a giveaway. I mean, it's a freebie. So if you hit 3 ounces, you know, you're right on the edge, and if you go under, you're in good shape.
Well, I hope so. I think that's what I'm aiming towards, and yeah, and if it works, I'll put myself on the same diet.
Oh, some of those trained termites you got.
John, you need to cover that with transparent, just so we can see all that.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks really nice. And how do you make all those holes?
Hold it up there so we can see it.
Well, don't look too hard, because it's not what do you call it, symmetrical. Because all I did was I started filling it with holes, just like in here.
We can't see. It's underneath
Oh,
the
yeah. I started filling it with holes, just like across the top here.
Right.
And then I thought, oh, that's no good, because the distance between the holes has got no strength. It's the strengths in the longer runs down each side. So you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I thought I might as well get rid of the crap in the middle. So I've started taking that out. So it looks a bit funny in places, but I've just opened the holes out where there's no need for any material to be there. It's gone.
Fill in the holes in the middle. That's where the strength's at. You'll break right there.
Right in the
And
center.
here-
of your-
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Those holes- put some 1/8 inch pieces of wood inside there. Fill them up.
Well, Sparky talking, I guess, is it? Sparky?
Yeah.
When I try to flex I don't know whether you can see. When I try to flex this, I've got to bend. I've got to put a lot of pressure on it to get it to bend.
Yeah, but
And
is
by
this
the
a
time
stunt
it's
plane?
doped,
Is this a stunt plane?
yeah.
Yeah, fill it full of wood, because you don't have the strength that 10 Gs will do.
First sheet laminated, 3 pieces together. Yeah. I can put it in. I can put a hardwood in.
Well, no, not hardwood. 1/8 inch, just fill it in with 1/8 inch balsa. You know, I don't know how thick is that, a 1/4 inch thick, 3/8 of an inch?
2.5,
yeah,
3 millimeter, John.
Yeah, it's over. It's good 1/4 inch thick now. Yeah.
Well,
okay. Well, I'll do that. I'll put something in there. I wondered about that, but I thought, it's tough, but yeah, well, I'll tighten it up a bit in the middle there.
And
Yeah.
I would cover that before you put it in, and double cover it. What I mean by that is, instead of putting one piece all the way across, I would go over halfway to one side and then halfway to the other side, so that center section has double covering.
I'm with you. I know what you mean. Yeah, overlap it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Because that's where the pressure is going to be if it's a stunt plane.
Yeah, well, that's where you put your stress. What do you call it? Your stress bar, whatever you call it.
The pressure bar.
Bottom.
On the main plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Brent, what he's gonna do.
Need your strength in the center section.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and Len, I was going to ask you, what have you done with Bob? What have you Canadians done with Bob these days?
I don't know where he is. I thought he'd be on here for sure. I haven't seen him. I haven't talked to him lately. Hasn't
Well,
been on here at all.
He's not down here in Auckland, so I don't know what you've done with him.
He
know
said
what
something about
happened.
he was
Well,
going to be flying full scale for a while.
Well, he's
yes.
living near He's living out near Winnipeg, to my knowledge. We're going out to see him next week. I hope he's around.
Yeah.
You know, Marseille sent me an email or on message on Messenger, and he had a picture from a movie, and I'll be dang, it looks just like Bob. I was
Wow.
going to show it, but we don't have the space to do it. But maybe next time we'll have more space, and I'll show it. You'll swear it's Bob. You'll swear.
Well,
Wow.
I still reckon you're an impersonator. You're a doppelganger of one of the guys in ZZ Top. I'm sure of it, especially with that headline.
I just
That's
don't
Santa
have the
Claus.
money.
Oh, mate.
Anyway, what's the weather doing up your way?
Here, what, up this way?
Yeah, in Canada, what are you doing up there with
Oh,
the
I'll
fires?
tell
Are
you,
they out?
it was beautiful today. It was just
Good.
gorgeous. Almost no wind. We flew all day. It was
What was
crazy.
the
One of the
temperature,
guys,
Lynn?
say probably about 70, 72, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Oh,
ours
It
was
nice.
was
72
nice. It was
today.
a
It was
really
just
nice
perfect.
day. It was a really nice day. We all flew a lot today. I'll ask
What's the-
Stuart. He was there.
What's
Yeah,
that?
well,
The
yeah,
Stuart, it was
Stuart,
good, wasn't it?
what's been happening with you, Stuart?
Yeah, it was nice today, no doubt. I did a half dozen flights on the Pathfinder.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Cha-ching.
I think we have I think we're gonna have another week almost of really good weather. So looking at the weather,
Coming out tomorrow?
yep. I'm gonna try and get out as
Okay,
much
that's
as I
perfect.
can. Hey Sparky, you keep rubbing that, you might have a genie come out of there and you could ask her for 1,000,000 gigs.
Yeah. Well, it's
Go
getting
for-
for
go
its final
for-
code. I want to make sure everything's laying down right.
Go for a boatload of 3 to 4 pound balsa.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
work.
Send me a good bit of it. I mean,
Hey, Sparky, did you ever try the Acme Clear?
Acme Clear. I have a quart here and I've used it before. I'm just I just don't want to put it on anything. I know what it weighs. It's heavy.
Here, let me get the lights for you. Down here, we use stuff like that to get rid of pimples.
Acme Clear. I used that once. Haven't seen a pimple since I was 19.
The Roadrunner.
The airplanes really look nice with that urethane on it. It's just so heavy.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm
that,
sure.
it's recommended by Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, I know.
that's what I was gonna say. Every time I hear about Acme, I think about the Roadrunner or Wile E. Coyote one showing up.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's good. My Thunderbolt was covered in that clear. That's what that clear is from, was my Thunderbolt. Been around forever.
Actually, Acme
Wow.
Clear is it's Sherman Williams. Sherman Williams bought Acme's paint products.
Right. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I've been using it at the shop for about 4 years now.
I got Nason and I got Acme. They're both Sherman Williams products, I think.
Nason, I think Nason is DuPont or
DuPont?
whatever happened to DuPont.
Well, I got Omni.
Omni is R&M.
Omni.
It's what?
Omni is R&M.
Yeah, that's hard.
Or
That's
R&M
hard
or
stuff. That.
It's R&M or BASF, whatever they call it. It's R&M.
Yeah. I don't know. One of these days, I
Omni
want to get
Clear.
up with you and just figure out what to buy and paint one in car paint and see what I come up with. But the next one I'm going to
Yeah,
do,
I'm-
I'm going to do one in epoxy and see how that turns out.
Heavy.
I've read that article so many times I can almost quote it by heart. And it sounds like it's a little bit of spraying and a whole lot of sanding, but I'm going to try it.
You know, I painted a plane once, Phil. I went to Sherwin-Williams, since you mentioned, and I went to their industrial coatings division, and I ordered some epoxy paint through them, and that worked out really well. I was putting it on an RC plane, so I didn't weigh it, so I don't know how much it weighed.
Yeah.
But it looked good. It was nice and smooth. Went on.
I
smooth
just
and easy.
after talking to the guy at Class Coat and telling him what I wanted, and he said, "I know exactly what you want. I'll mix you up some and send you a quart." And he did, a quart, but it's for the Bearcat project. And I don't know. They were so nice to me. I think I'm gonna go with Class Coat and try it.
Don't blame you.
Both my Bearcats and my well, a little Bearcat if I ever get it done. I'm gonna do it in Class Coat. Mark seemed to have pretty good luck with it. His looked really good. Al Raby used to rave about the stuff, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, but Al Raby's airplanes were 100 ounces.
Well, what I'm going by is this 6-ounce finish that Joe Daly put on that big high voltage. I got to look at the airplane and pick it up and look at it, and 6 ounces on an airplane that size. I realize it's do a little spraying and a whole lot of sanding. I mean, I'm gonna be playing Sparky Jr. here, but I'm gonna try.
The
That was
secret,
a good article.
you got to spray it with tiny droplets. Missed it.
With what?
Tiny droplets. Missed it where it's not.
Yeah, that's why I bought this new gun, Joe. This new gun's got a little bitty tip in it, and it's when you put it on there, it's just you about to have to dust it on. I mean, you feel like you've dusted it on.
I've airbrushed
So-
a couple things and it takes forever, but there's not much product on that airplane when you're done.
Yeah. I don't mind the taking forever if I can get a lightweight finish and get it right. But the thing that gets me is it takes so darn long to take that gun apart and clean it out right. Good gracious. These new guns are so much better than the old stuff. But man, they take a lot more cleaning. That's okay. We can do it.
It's like caffeine is teaching his little one how to fly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. We got John, I got a plane coming that's gonna have that water-based paint on it too. So I'm gonna try everything
Cool.
that I can. Right now we finally hit the kind of the time of year when there's no pollen in the air. It's not, well, my wife laughed at that. It's not the kind of clouds we get in the spring. I mean, in the spring, everything turns yellow around here. My red truck was yellow one morning. I mean, you looked at it through the cameras and it looked like it was a yellow truck.
Could be
Couldn't
orange.
see the sides of it. You could just see the top, but it looked yellow. So we really get pollen. I mean, we got trees all around us and it really turns yellow. But
Just
it's
be
70,
sure.
it was
Just be
72
sure when-
today. Go ahead.
Let me interject this. Just be sure when you use that water base that anything that is in the area where the leftover falls onto, you don't care if it turns that color because it covers. I mean, and it's hard to get up. I just about lost my welcome at Gordon's shop because of that.
I'm telling you, it's I've got a new area out in the building that I had to put the biggest hassle is I had to put 2 lawnmowers and a 4-wheeler outside before I spray, and I still don't have the power cord out there yet. I'm working on it, but we're going to have a place to spray here pretty soon.
Cool.
If you're messing with water base, make sure you do test panels first before you use the airplane, because man, I hate that stuff.
No, I'm gonna pass. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm going to try everything I can find and see what I can. I'm looking for something that's easy to paint.
Right.
Not that difficult to sand, covers well, and just like I say, don't add a lot of weight, but I can put epoxy or something over it, something over it.
Go to Gordon and Roger and let them teach you how to do it.
I know it.
Don't experiment. Just go out there and let them boys show you.
Hey,
Yeah, I'd
Bart,
like to do
somebody
that.
want to buy your house?
Oh God, don't even start that. We get notices every week. People wanting to buy the
Bart
house.
said he'll pass. I'm getting him in the mail. I get him text, phone call, and mail.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Me too. Problem is, I finally had one of them stop me out in the front yard. Is this your house? Yeah. Well, we'd like to make an offer on it. Yeah. Well, I don't want to sell it. I've got 2 neighbors that fell for that crap. And both of them are crying the blues now because, okay, they got a great price on their house because it is a real nice neighborhood and people want to live out here. Okay, no problem. But they sold their house at a heck of a profit. Where do you go?
You can't
get this much house.
It's for sale for 1.5 million. Write me a dang check right now and it's yours.
I told them $500,000. I'm not that greedy. I told them $500,000.
Go away.
Well,
Guys, let me interrupt so we can get back to model airplanes. And left off on Edward Carlisle. So Marcel Legrand says, "Hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. I'm just standing on a hill waiting to take off in my hang glider. Well, be careful."
Oh, cool.
Terry Forbes says, I used Armor All for years in my Nitro RC Hydros. I ran lots of K&B Marine with no problems. Does shorten your glow plug life. Can't win if your boats quit. So that's true. And then he goes, glow plugs life. And then Dan V, I'm not sure what V stands for, but Dan is V as in victory. He says, I remember the Yellow Sun. Is that the movie you was talking about with Bob? Is that the movie? I don't know. Anyways, and then Brent Williams says, use reducer, thin out the shiz. I think we're all caught up. I think I missed one. No, I got it all. So we're all caught up.
Sparky, got to quit. Go ahead, Gordon.
I didn't get to tell you, I got carbon fiber on my profile Pathfinder, and now I'm going back over it with silk spam.
Ah, cool.
So
Where'd you put the carbon fiber?
on the fuselage.
Oh, cool.
So is this the carbon fiber mat or is it?
Yes, carbon fiber mat.
Okay.
That's
Matt or
good.
Vale?
Pardon?
Matt or Vale? Vale's real light and it keeps you from getting fingernail dings in it.
I guess it's Vail then.
Okay, yeah. That works real good. Sparky, where'd
Yeah.
Sparky go?
I'm here.
What do you do on the nose? Do you fiberglass or do you carbon Vale or what do you do?
I fiberglass. It's
Okay.
fiberglass from here forward. From about right.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And the
I
cowl.
was
is
thinking
black.
about all this. I was thinking about all this new paint, and I thought, well, now wait a minute, what kind of substrate? Because you got to have a good substrate if you want this new paint to do anything. What's under it's got to be hard. So what kind of substrate? I've always just used nitrate dope.
Yeah,
Clear.
dope.
I know you guys don't use nitrate, but
No.
I'm not going to be able to do it on the next one, on the new one, because I'm doing your trick, putting the white in with the primary coats. So it's got to be butyrate on this one.
Well,
I just hope everything stays down. Last time I used butyrate, I had a problem with tissue lifting.
what, more thinner. Why don't you just paint the whole airplane with dope? It's the lightest finish you can get.
Red dope.
Yeah. This orange is one coat, and you're done.
Wow.
If you use Randolph, if you use certified or Brodak, or you got to use a quart. This is half
Yeah.
a pint, just and you're done. It's not
Well,
even
that's
half
what
a pint.
I'm using that, but I got it from a different place. But I didn't know about Wicks at the time. But I'm using Randolph's, but I got it from Aircraft Spruce in Atlanta. I didn't get my red. I never got my red. I paid for it, have a receipt for it, but they can't find their copy of the receipt. So I sent them a copy, certified copy of it, and that wasn't good enough. So if you ever order from them, don't pay for it until they're ready to ship it.
Who's that?
Aircraft Spruce in Atlanta, below Atlanta.
I
We
only
went
did.
down there last year. It was this time last year. It was at the contest, the day before the contest, and bought it. And I still don't have it. When I started calling about it, we don't have a record of it. So I sent them a copy of the receipt, certified copy. My wife's a notary, so certified copy of the receipt. And she was there with me when I bought it, and made me pay shipping on it and everything, $72, $74, something like that.
For a quart?
They have no record of it. So I never did get my Pontiac red. They call
For
it
a
Pontiac
quart?
red.
For a quart of dope?
I don't remember if it's a quart or what it was, but I remember altogether it was $74. They won't tell me. She said it was a pint, but I said, God, that's a lot for a
See you
pint.
later, Al.
Hey, see you, Al. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Take care, Al.
Yeah.
Have fun tomorrow.
Yeah. Good luck there.
I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a pint. I don't remember.
The reason
I'll
I
have to
like
look at the
Wix is
receipt.
I can show up. I can go right in the front door and say, hey, where's my stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look at the receipt again now and see how much it was. I can't remember what I bought. I was so mad that I didn't get it because they said, we don't have the pigment. It'll take us a couple of weeks to get it. It's been a year. I hadn't got it yet.
I feel sorry for our guys in Australia and New Zealand. They got to pay $250 for a gallon of dope.
Good grief.
Isn't that right?
Well, I got a litre about a year ago, and I paid about 42 NZ for it. But it's gone up a bit since then. Somebody went the other day and got some. I forgot to ask him how much he got and how much he paid.
I think Craig said that he had to pay $250 for a gallon.
Good lands.
Oh yeah, but Aussies exaggerate.
Of course, 140 AUD is only like $98 US.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
John, is that why Aussies aren't good architects?
Aren't good architects? I haven't heard that one.
That's because they think that is 6 inches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey Phil, I think I know
Oh.
your problem.
What's that?
The outfit you dealt with was obviously Barisma.
It was a very pretty young girl, but she sure stuck
Was
it
she
to me.
Russian?
I don't know. No, she said she was taking her time. But she still
She
stuck
probably-
it to me.
She probably went on a nice trip the next day.
I must have. That's what's always made me mad about it. I paid cash. And then from
Yeah.
now on, I'll pay with a credit card or a check.
Now you're thinking.
I have a question for Caffeine. Caffeine, do you ever take a picture for Sparky to look down the rudder down past the elevator and the flaps and all that?
Well, actually, I didn't take any photo, but I have check it out. I have some illustration to show you. Let me share my screen for a while.
Oh, I
So
fix that. I gotta fix that. Hang on
I
a second.
thought you were.
There you go. Now you can.
okay, all right. Wait, share photos. So, okay.
Thank you.
Can you see it now?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not good.
Yeah,
that
this
what you
is
saw?
this is
That's
What's that?
no,
Nice piece of artwork.
That's
What's
not
that?
good.
Uh-huh.
that'll chase you on the outside. Caffeine.
And how?
Yep. And then okay, this is what I saw at first, and then okay, I have decided to fix the stab position, and then I put my plane into a straight and level wing jig, and then I saw the wing is kind of in different height.
It don't matter. Here's how you fix it. Get your wife's, you got a teapot, one that whistles?
Uh-huh.
Steam.
Yeah,
So
steam.
this is what I saw after I put the plane onto the straight and level wing jig. So it seems the wing is also
It
have
doesn't
some
matter.
tilt.
Listen to
doesn't
what
matter?
I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All you got to do is steam between the wing and the fuselage, get it
Uh-huh.
superheated, and twist it past
Uh-huh.
where it needs to go, and then let it relax, and it'll get parallel. Then the fuselage will be cocked sideways, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean,
Okay.
it's not good,
right.
but
Uh-huh.
it'll fly right if you get both those surfaces parallel to
Uh-huh.
each other.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
So
Uh-huh.
steam right here,
Uh-huh.
right in the middle where the USA is on this airplane,
Uh-huh.
and twist it. And twist
Okay.
it past where you gotta
Uh-huh.
go, twist it past the level spot, and then let it
Uh-huh.
relax. And when it relaxes, it'll go back. You might have to do that a few times. But
Okay.
steam is your friend, and just keep
Mhm.
steaming until you get that thing straight. And if you go past and it stays crooked, steam it again and bring it. It'll finally relax. The memory will get out of the wood, and just get
Uh-huh.
them parallel.
Okay, I see.
Everybody thinks that everybody's got to be just like your picture, but as long as the wing and the stab are in line with one another, I mean, motors
Uh-huh.
run right side up, on their side,
Uh-huh.
upside down. Even I've even got one that the motor's canted to the inside of the circle.
Uh-huh.
One more important thing, measure from the trailing edge of the stab to the trailing edge of the wing and
Yep.
make sure that it's in straight. like Joe's
Yep.
doing there.
Yeah.
So measure trailing edge to trailing edge on both sides.
Yep.
I show a little, you know, I have done some video on alignment, how to do that and get it perfect every time. And I use balsa wood sticks. And you measure and pin it and then set it.
Okay,
So
I
what,
see.
you going to the hinge line to hinge line or what?
Yeah, hinge line to hinge line.
Yep, that's
Now this wing
I
was
see.
a little different because I got swept forward trailing edge, but it's still close. I mean, if you get it within the 64th of an inch, we ain't building a watch, you know.
You
Just
can
make it
sand that
straight.
much.
Yeah. Sparky,
I believe
how
you
much
said it
swept
was
forward is in
flying
that
loose
trailer?
on the outsides.
What's that?
I believe you said it was flying loose on outside maneuvers
Yep,
on your
that's
lazy
right.
eights.
Uh-huh.
Now you know why.
Why?
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
Yes,
very
okay.
good.
So
Definitely.
what will happen if I just put both stab and wing like it's
Parallel?
parallel but not level, you know?
If you'll do what Sparky said, just steam it and twist it past. Let it let it hold it there.
Hold.
Let it relax back. Let it
Mhm.
relax back to where it's. You're
Mhm.
gonna be holding it. It's still gonna be like this.
Mhm.
And then when you let it relax, it's gonna come back to level. It'll fly right. You'll be
Okay.
amazed how much better it'll fly. Sparky,
You can-
pretty smart.
On it.
Mhm.
With paint, it'll still work.
Mhm. Okay.
Kevin.
Yep. Yes.
Not related to the Japanese emperor, are you? You look very like him when you put that picture up there of yourself. Sparky, I
Oh,
meant to
Lord.
ask you, where's the C of G on that thing, that new one of yours?
Way forward. I'll show
How
you.
far way forward?
2 inches from the leading edge.
Let me make it big here.
Thank you
2
guys.
inches.
You're
When you say
welcome.
two,
Anytime.
Right there. Right there. About 2 inches from the leading edge.
Wow, that is far forward.
That's pretty far.
okay.
It's light. That'll help.
That'll help my ass. It'll be perfect. See, what a forward leading edge does for you is it gives you good directional stability in the wind so that you can fly the maneuvers upwind, right, Charles?
Right.
Anyway, you fly the maneuvers upwind or wherever you want to fly them because you got the CG way forward, but it's light enough that it'll snap. I don't know. I don't want to run a far back CG because then it floats. It's always looking
Yeah.
for where it's got to go. But what do I
you
know?
still have? Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
know? You
exactly.
only built 100 airplanes.
Exactly.
Do you still have that airplane? The one Charles flew?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to fly this weekend.
Good deal.
That one I just did a video. I show it on my StreamYard live stream. That was built in 40 days. Hey, look at lead. Were you
I don't
checking?
know, I'm stretching my neck.
Are you looking for bugs on the ceiling?
Nice one.
You're mentally flying the overhead eights.
He was tossing
I'm
his hair
flying my
back.
over. That's right. I'm looking to see if my overheads are overhead, Spark.
He flew too much today.
I built
Tossing
that
the hair out
airplane
of
in
your eyes.
40 days. And this
Yeah.
one's built in 31. So this one ought to fly 9 times better.
There you go. If you can get it down to 21, you'll really be something.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I built one in 11 days in Aries.
Lord, oh my
Good
God,
grief.
that's crazy, Sparky.
First piece of wood
11
cut
days.
to in the air was 11 days. That's I wasn't doing video then. I was on Stuka Stunt and I was taking pictures at the end of the day. And it's gone. Stuka's gone now, but they didn't believe me, but I did it in 11 days. I did it on my holiday vacation from Harley.
It's awesome.
Lynn,
11-day airplane.
Didn't Wendy do a Nobler in like 2 days? Built it in 2, painted it in 2, and flew it on the
I've
fifth or
I've
sixth
never
day?
heard of that one. Maybe he
either.
did. I don't know, but I never heard about it.
Doable if everything's
Wow.
good for you.
I mean,
It didn't
that's
look. It
possible.
didn't look
I'm not
front
saying
row,
he
but
did.
it flew in a week. I
Wow.
remember that much. He said he did one in a week, and his buddy did one. Didn't sleep at all, and did one in 30-something hours. But that was just building, not finishing and all. I was amazed because he took it from a green box Nobler from a box to an airplane in 1 week. It didn't look bad. It didn't look like Wendy's airplanes normally look, but it did not look
no.
bad, and it was 1 week.
We'd build and fly a Ringmaster S1. Start it Friday night, fly it Sunday morning.
You'll be able to fly it Saturday morning.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Spark. You'd fly it Saturday morning.
Yeah,
I
there's only
agree.
like 10 pieces in it.
That was
Yeah,
before
that's
Yeah,
true.
Android days. So Android. you
Yeah,
couldn't-
but I remember when you could buy one, take it out of the box. You didn't have to select it. Just buy a Ringmaster, take it home, open the box, take it out, and the whole darn kit, the whole wood, everything in the box was under 24 ounces. Now
Well,
you can't dream of getting the fuselage as weighs that now, unless
Or
you
the
do it like
leading
Joe
edge.
does. I finally figured Joe's way out. He told me something that gave me a hint. He uses 2 pieces of 1/4 inch and puts them together. Well, if you do that, you don't have to worry about straightening. And there's some other tricks you can pull on it, but I ain't going into all that. I ain't gonna let all his secrets out.
Here's a secret on that 1/4 inches together is you tack them together, shape the outside, crack them apart, sand the inside so it's hollow, and then glue them back
Right.
together and so.
Okay, well, I didn't do it, Joe. I didn't say it.
I've tried that one time, and a Fox 35 does not like that.
A fox don't.
Cal?
You'll shake it to pieces.
Put a
Take it
cheek
to-
cowl on it. That'd be fine.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
think we
what,
should have a
that's
stunt hanger challenge. See who can build a Ringmaster. We'll all pick the same airplane and see who can build it in under a week.
Joe,
It'd be a hoot in the
All
winter.
Joe, he could build one and win with it in a week.
I'm out.
That's right.
A week to open the box.
Yeah, my Pathfinder that I'm building now, I laminated the wood there in 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, I tell you what, of the guys that I've seen fly Ringmasters really well, I'd like to see Bart 10 years ago and Joe now compete.
Boy,
Because
so
those two
would
fly,
I.
those two fly Ringmasters. I've seen those two fly Ringmasters better than I ever thought a Ringmaster could fly. And both of them have done it. And then Bart turned around and was teaching 10 minutes after winning with it, was teaching a young lady to fly with the very airplane he just won VSC with. Gutsier than I am, brother.
Well, it was a
Yeah,
young
she
lady
can
after all.
It was what? Well, yeah. Bart, I think they're trying to tell us you're a dirty old man, but I ain't going to.
That's true. It's true.
Hey, Joe.
A good stunt ship's easy to fly, y'all.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, are there any big secrets to the way you build a Ringmaster or not?
No. Just use light
Didn't
wood
think
and
so.
don't use the 3-inch bell crank, the inside hole with a pretty long horn.
That's
You don't
right,
need
exactly. So you
big elevator.
slow those big controls
That's what
down.
I've done
That's
in
right.
mine. I usually
Otherwise,
take,
that
I usually
stupid
insist
big
on a
elevator
SIG.
just, yeah.
I usually insist on a SIG bell crank, one of the one pieces, not the one that looks like 2 pieces put together, but the one piece bell crank, and then dot the I and drill my own hole.
The one
then use
you've seen fly Phil's got a dadgum Fox bell crank in it, and it wore it out, and I cut it open and put another one in it. Just old school
Wow.
stuff. Bleed out adjustments, no tip weight boxes, no nothing.
Well, that's when
That's
I'm flying.
awesome,
No
Joe.
tip weight box, no line slides, nothing. Because I saw you do it, and I said, if Joe can do it, I ought to be able to figure it out. So it's the reason I want to get up close to the airplane. I want to find out where the front line was coming out of that wing.
Yeah, to hear Bart, do you have a question or a comment?
No, I just use the old Vico 3-inch bell crank, but I make a 7/8 on the horn, but I make a wood horn just like the original. I just make it longer, and they've been
Yeah.
fine.
That's
And
what
I
I did
don't
on
do
my
any
5.76.
mods.
That's what I did on my 5.76. Made it an inch and a quarter long, and I put brass eyelets in it.
Yeah, I do
So it's
that. I
right-
do that with the belt crank too.
Yeah, the push rod's actually riding on brass, and it's brass that you
Yeah.
can get in there and pop out and put a fresh one in if you need to. So
Yeah, the belt cranks are light. Those old belt cranks are very light,
yeah,
and they're
Like-
fine.
I got you all beat. My first ringmaster, I had the old silver case McCoy 36 with the bolt on front end, and I finished with the enamel.
Oh my!
oh Lord,
I promise you, it wasn't light.
yeah.
But did it
Years ago.
fly?
But it was field proof.
Yeah, I bet. I bet you could run 90% in that and not hurt anything.
Several
Good.
years ago,
I saw
Bob Whiteley called. He said, "Joe," I said, "Yes, Bob. You coming to Tucson?"
Yes.
I said, "I'm coming to Tucson." He says, "I want to fly
Okay.
your ringmaster. Can I borrow it?" And I said, "Man, it'd be a shame to loan an airplane to a guy and get beat with it." "Oh, it'll be all right." So we took it out there, and he wanted to test flight. He says, "Set the needle for me, just like you said it." Okay, so I said it. He landed. He says, "Needs a 1/2 foot less lines." I said, "They're 56.5 foot now." He said, "It'll be all right. Leave it alone." Dude, needs a 1/2 foot
That's
shorter
awesome.
lines. He was something.
I saw a
56.5
ringmaster
feet,
with
eh?
the funny papers.
What was that, Bart?
I said I saw a ringmaster one time in Salt Lake that was covered with the funny papers.
Toilet paper?
Comic book
It was
paper.
covered with funny papers out of the newspaper.
Funny paper. Oh, okay.
Darn.
Probably like doctor
Something.
paper.
I want to know how guys do that. I have seen it done, but I still think that they found a way to print tissue. I think that's what they did. They printed on tissue because that thing is just too nice and it just didn't look like newspaper print, newspaper ink. Besides, think about it. The covering was almost, you could almost see through it. And there was no writing on the other side. The other side of a funny paper is either more funny paper or it's ads. It was neither one. So I think somebody figured out how to print on tissue. That I'd love to do.
Gordon, what was the name of that guy in the club that built? He went to VSC. He had that.
Yep.
Oh, it was like the 76 glider.
Yes, clear finish with ribs painted blue inside.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing was
Ribs
awesome.
painted blue. Wow.
The ribs were blue inside.
It was gorgeous.
The fire cat,
Glider.
John. It was a fire cat.
Firecat, that's right.
It's a
Yeah,
fire
it looked
cat.
like an AJ Walker glider. It was,
He
the thing was
painted the whole
awesome.
airplane and then covered it in clear.
Yep.
What was his name? Do you remember?
I do not remember that.
I do
It
remember
was
he passed away.
Yeah,
That
he did.
airplane-
Robert Dumkoff.
Dummkopf, that's it. He was a heck of a good guy.
He was a
The
good
guy I
builder,
remember.
too.
The guy I remember his building talents. He had this little bitty box. He came to VSC with this little bitty box. And I had a boxcar chief and a pretty good size box. And he had this little bitty box. And he opened the little bitty box and he took out a little bitty screwdriver and some wrenches and he put a barnstormer together.
Ah,
He worked on musical instruments and he used little bitty fasteners to put this thing together. But it was a masterful job. He was a heck of a builder. Wish I could
Wasn't
remember his
Claude
name, but I
Makis?
can't.
Was it Claude Makis?
No. Claude's German.
Yeah, he's German.
From Germany.
Yeah, he's from
He-
Germany. And
Close.
he's
Yeah,
I know Klaus. He's I met
close.
him
Yeah,
many times.
close Nakis.
He can
This was
build.
this guy, he was from somewhere here in the States. but he for a living, he repaired musical instruments.
Don Hutchison
he
was a
was-
what?
He was amazing. I'll be back in a few minutes. I got.
Joe, did you ever meet Tony Lane?
No, I did not.
Did you ever hear of him?
I heard of him, but I don't know him.
That guy, boy, he sucked me in the first time I saw him. He played piano bar in New York or New Jersey somewhere. Good musician, but he also liked to fly stunt. And I met him at the SIG meet some years back. And I'm pulling in, I just getting there, and I flip open the trunk and I'm pulling out airplane. He comes walking up, says, "Hi, how are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing fine." Real friendly guy, you know. And he said, I said, "How are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm doing a whole lot better until I lost all my money." And you could, I should have felt it. The hook was set.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, what happened? How'd you lose your money?" He said, "Well," he said, "I loaded all my money to a guy to get a face lifted, and I don't know what he looks like."
Oh, that's bad.
And we
Oh,
came,
good Lord.
we went into Montezuma to get a pizza, a bunch of it. And it was dark. There was no moon. And we came back to the field there, and you had to kind of go across this little dip. There was corn over the other field, and the glow, what do they call them? The little fireflies were coming up out of the corn, you know. And I look and I see this light going zing up over, you know, and doing a reverse swing over it. And I get closer, get out of the car, and here's Tony Lane's voice say, "Wow, this is the best pattern I ever did." He's out there in pitch dark. You cannot see the ground. And he says, "Tell me what to do." I said, do an outside triangle with the point down. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Never a dull moment with that guy around.
Darn.
He came to VFC, and he went into town to the hobby shop there in Tucson and bought him a ringmaster kit, and came back to his room, and he spent a day and a half or whatever time it took him. He built that ringmaster to fly at VSC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
didn't
next
look
year
great,
he did
but
a
it flew,
Stuka
okay?
stunt.
Yeah. I had that same room the next year. I could still smell the dope.
It's awesome. Yeah, right at home.
He did a
It's beautiful.
He did a Stuka stunt one year. It was all covered in monocoat, but he did a Stuka stunner one year, and I said, "That don't look like one of his local jobs." He said, "Well, I built it in a day and a half in the hotel room."
Yeah.
He said, just don't get my hotel room. I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Well, unless you like to smell of dope."
Well,
he really did. He did the whole thing in that room, and he fuel proofed it with epoxy and everything in that room. But best I remember, the whole plane was covered in black monocoat.
Wow.
the
Jimmy Casella used to build airplanes in the hotel.
He was
I
the
don't know.
author of the well-known and famous Stuka Stunt Blues. Yeah, Stuka Stunt Blues.
I got a little dope story. John and I were in the hobby shop there in Dayton, and we're walking down, and this is not really a hobby shop. It's more like a RC cars, model cars, and chess games and that kind of crap. And they had Aerogloss thinner in the little bottles on the shelf. And I go, "Hey, John, look, there's Aerogloss thinner." And I start digging around and I'm looking, there's no more, all I got is them little tiny bottles. I go, "Let's see what it smells like." And I open that jar up, and it wafted through the hobby shop. We get up to the front, people are going, "What's that smell?" What's that smell?
That's awesome.
Great.
Little tester
That's
bottle.
awesome.
Tester bottles. You open that,
All right,
it smells like 12.
I'm not that good.
We
at
had a guy
smells,
in
but
Canada.
smell.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
We had a guy in Canada here who used to build an airplane at the Nats every year. He'd build a stunter in the dorm rooms.
Good
He'd come to the Nats with a great big bundle of balsa and a foam wing. And by Friday, he'd have a stunter ready to test fly, and he'd fly it and stunt on Saturday.
Wow.
Did it
That's
every year.
crazy.
Oh yeah, he'd
You
build
know
a
what that
stunter
proves?
in the hotel room. Yep.
You know what
You
that
got- use
proves?
iron
There's
on
some
covering
crazy
on it.
people in this hobby.
Oh yeah, they're right out there. They did it. He did it every year. He'd bring great big bundle of balsa and a foam wing and a big two cases of beer, and he'd be ready to go for the week. He'd sit in that
Good
dorm room
gracious.
all week, building that airplane to have it done for the weekend so he could fly stunt.
You think the wing was square?
Yeah, no, I'm
I
questioning
don't
about
know.
that too.
I don't know.
I have a comment in the chat box from Mike Costello. He says, I remember that Stuka Stunt Blues.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
cool.
Hey, Mike,
have
the
a
link is
recording.
working. If you want to come in, the link is working. I didn't have I couldn't get in the Stunthanger earlier today. So if you want to come in, Mike Costello, I'd love to have you come in.
I
That
used
goes
to
for
have a
anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
I used to
John.
have a copy of that Stuka Step Blues, and I can't find it anymore.
I've got one somewhere.
Do you?
I do somewhere.
I remember when he played it, Bobby Hook was listening to it, and that first riff that he opened up with, Bobby was asking, how the heck do you do that? I really want to learn how to do that.
I got a challenge. Anybody think they can build a ringmaster in one hangout? Start at
Oh,
start at
gee.
start at the
Oh,
start of
gee.
the hangout, and by
A
the end
baby
of,
ring
by the end
master,
of the
maybe.
by
I'm
the
out.
end by the end of the after party, it has to be all glued together in one piece, ready to put covering on.
Oh, gee.
Roger Kramer.
Bet I could do it.
Yeah, I bet you
I
could
think
do
I
it,
could put one
Sparky.
together.
You'd
I
have a
think I could do
better
it.
I
chance.
bet Sparky could.
There's only about 10 pieces. I mean, let's see, how many ribs in a ringmaster?
Probably
I don't
16.
know. I just took it downstairs. I can tell
Yeah,
you.
about 16 or 18. That's
16,
about it.
17, 18, 19, 20,
We never built them in a
22,
jig.
23, 24,
28,
25,
count.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There's 30 pieces or they're
Yeah.
pretty close.
You
to
gotta use
Roughly.
Ambroid.
No, we're not using Ambroid. I use CA.
No, CA. I'm not using Ambroid. To hell with that.
When's
Way
the
too
last
slow.
time somebody built a top flight street kit?
I got one of those.
You can snap it together and then glue it.
It's
Yep.
amazing.
Good grief.
They were awesome.
Joe,
Huh?
been there, done that.
I just build them in your hand, just snap the ribs in and CA them. It's like,
Yep.
I thought they were great
Mark.
kits when I was a kid.
You know,
I think I
I've
could glue that together in a hangout.
got a
You might-
flight that was a kit that was built, I'm guessing 40 years ago, and I still haven't covered it. And minus,
What's the holdup, Gordy?
I don't know.
Good
What
gracious.
did I build one in one night?
What's that?
Gordy and I built one in one night.
Overnight, we did, and covered it and doped it.
Oh,
Man, I thought I was slow building one though, but 40 years and it's not covered yet. Gordon, you got me beat, brother. That's terrible.
Well, Gordy's probably didn't finish it because Gordon on that flight street, he lengthened the tail. What was it? 2 inches, Gordy?
2 or 3.
And then he changed the stab of the elevator and the shape of the rudder.
I didn't change the stab, just the elevator.
Okay.
And then I cut the top of the rudder off because that big pointy thing had cartwheel and it always busted off. So I just cut it flat across the top and never broke anymore.
Gordy, I got a question for you. You were around when Kostecki was around, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
What did he use for those pointy things on his elevator stabilizer? Were they dowels? Were they toothpicks? It couldn't possibly be balsa. They'd break off.
No, they weren't balsa.
Seemed like he said they were
Are they bamboo shoots?
No,
Bamboo things that Chinese people eat with?
Chopsticks.
chopsticks.
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
No, it seems like
Chopstick.
you said there was some kind of wood, but it wasn't oak. It was oh
Has,
darn, I can't
A
remember.
light piece of dowel.
No, I think you use spruce.
Spruce. That's it.
Yeah, and then
That's it.
sanded them round.
Yeah.
oh,
Well, they were round at the front, but they weren't round where it went down the side of the elevator. It was flat there.
Yeah, well, that's
And
what,
then, yeah, that's what it was, spruce.
Cause I tried to do that years ago and all them things would always break off.
yep.
Oh yeah.
But I
Don,
I
was,
did a
Carbon fiber rods. And I turned loose that circuit and got me in the hand one time and made me bleed.
Damn.
oh man.
Yeah.
those airplanes those guys built back then were beautiful, man. They're finished super.
oh, they were. They
Absolutely.
were.
The cockpit detail and all that shit was great.
Yeah,
What was the funniest cockpit detail you ever saw?
Me,
Yeah.
look like a ping pong ball head in there.
Yep. Yep.
Had one of those. Yeah.
I've seen one of those, and Bobby Hunt came to the Nats with a Saturn one year that had a head in it that was about 4 times too big for the plane. If he left his shoulders on it, it'd have been a ½ inch outside the canopy on each side, but it really looked good. But no, my all-time funniest, the one that I remember the best, I went to my first 4A contest at the Coliseum here in Winston-Salem, and Tom Dixon was here with a black Nobler. At best I remember it was black anyway. Somebody may remember better than me. And no, it wasn't black. I'm sorry.
dark
The fella that's done so much, oh God, I can't think of anybody's name tonight. But anyway, his was black. I can't remember what colors Tom was. Maybe it might have been red. But I went over to look at the plane. It was so neat looking. And I looked in the cockpit and it had a piece of paper in there about that long. It says cockpit detail.
Here's something Dan
Tom
Winship.
Dixon.
Here's something Dan Winship made me. I'm going to use. It looks.
I'm a darn.
It's a little
Looks
bell
like he's
helmet.
got a helmet on.
Yeah, it's a bell helmet. There's nothing inside it, and it weighs.
looks heavy.
About nothing.
You think it looks heavy?
Yeah.
Doesn't register the ounces. Let's see. It's. Ah, come on. Let's tear it there. There it goes. It doesn't register on the scale.
Wow, that is light.
I put my helmet on, there's still nothing in it.
You know what it looks like just what it is too. Nothing.
Did
Oh, that's
anybody
bad.
ever see Rick Huff? He
There
built,
it
I
is.
think, chipmunk.
Zero.
0. Wow.
Yeah.
And he
It's obviously a politician's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, I gotta go, guys.
Hey, Jonathan, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Take care, Jonathan.
Next time.
Rick built a chipmunk, and he's a taxidermist. And he killed a chipmunk and stuffed it or whatever. He put
I
it in his
seen that.
airplane.
I seen that.
Remember that?
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
He put the chipmunk where?
In the
In the
airplane.
cockpit.
He
In the
built a
cockpit.
chipmunk. He killed a chipmunk and stuffed it, or what do you call them people that stuffs animals?
Taxidermy.
He said it right.
Taxidermy. He did that for fun. And he taxidermied his own chipmunk head and put it in the airplane.
Damn.
That's awesome. Good for him. I love
That's
it.
too far gone
Well,
for
I
me,
gotta put a
boys.
live rat in one.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Bob Sugden, had caught a mouse and he put it inside his stunt ship and then used pins and pinned it down.
Oh shit.
And he knew that he probably had to be very gentle because of the G forces. So he didn't do any square, just great, big, lazy, round maneuvers. When he landed, the whole cockpit was full of blood.
Ah.
Hmm.
Terrible.
Every hole at the
It's
bottom.
getting a little rough.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Now, Stephen, welcome. Thank you for coming. Didn't you have a pilot that gave someone the #1 finger?
Yep. Yeah.
I got one here.
Yeah, I see.
That's
mine.
your,
I think Sparky's got that, but Sparky has that pilot somewhere around in his.
Yeah, I
bag
got
of
it.
tricks. Yeah, I got it in both my Patriots, Patriot 1 and Patriot 2 is the pilot giving the finger.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
The bird.
And he wonders why his scores are low.
Yeah, he wonders. Wouldn't give him any score. Pilot's giving
Bird,
the
every time
judges
I
the
pass
finger.
the judge.
Heck with
That
that.
was a 22. That's a 21.
I got Barney Rubble holding up one finger saying he's #1.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I bought a vacuum form, a Mattel vacuum form off of eBay.
Right.
They were $19.99 when they were new, because I had one.
When we
And
were kids.
yeah, and I spent $75 to get this one. I still got it. And what I did was I took Williams Brothers pilot halves and, laid them down. I had to drill holes in their eyes to get their face to suck down. But I did it in 2 halves and used that plastic, that vacuum form plastic. And that pilot weighed 0, just like this helmet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like sliding canopies with cockpits.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It is, but boy, they look good.
I'll bet.
What looks best is when you can bring it in tri-gear with a sliding camera like that, roll it around on the mains until it just barely ready to stop like you do. But then have, as the nose sets down, have that canopy slide back.
Well, at the Nats, I started the engine before I closed the canopy. I don't know what the judges thought about that, but that's just the way it worked.
Wow.
It wasn't planned.
So, Stephen, what you been up to? You been doing any practicing or flying or building?
What's that?
You been doing any practicing or building?
No building, practicing. Went out a couple times this week, and then I'm going to go out this weekend practicing. So on my light days of work, when I get done early, I went out to the field and went and practiced.
Very good.
And
Yeah, he better practice now because he's getting ready to get married. His practice days are over, baby.
yeah, she's already telling me she comes in second. And I says, you get used to it.
Mm.
She says, second year, I says, no, I says, I told you the airplanes are part of my life. You marry me, you marry the airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it worked in this house. That's how it worked here.
Yeah, my first wife says, "Oh, he'll give that up when we get married."
Yeah.
No, it didn't work too well, did it?
No, it did.
You notice
Didn't
he
work
said
out
that
very
there-
well. Hey, didn't work out well for my first wife either.
Yeah, and she said
I warmed her up to it. That's why I proposed to her. So I figured I warmed her up the right way. Got her used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, proposed to her at the flying circle at a contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that
So
film.
her diamond ring is cut in the shape of an airplane.
Nah. That would be neat if I could do that. But yeah. She'll be out. She'll be out.
That'd
at
be an
the,
expensive diamond, sure enough.
No, she'll be out at the November event. She's looking for that. She'll go out. She'll go out to Whittier. She'll go out most likely to Whittier every year with me, and then she'll always go out to our event. She says 1 or 2 events a year.
Good. Hey guys, this is pretty close to 9 o'clock. We're going to shut down the live stream. Thank you very much for coming. I know we had a really rough start with the problem we had with Stunthangar, but it's unavoidable. And thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Hopefully you have a chance to do some flying and building and come back Monday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.